right, since 93 Sports, back with another one. So I was scrolling down my timeline on YouTube, and I saw this video recommended where Ward is actually responding to his tweet, regarding Wilder versus Fury. I gotta send a shout out to AB Boxing News. It was his interview, and he asked the question that everybody wanted to know. He was trying to be respectful when he asked him. So he asked Ward, did you see the Tyson Fury Deontay Wilder fight? And Ward was like, I seen it. And then the interviewer asked him, so what can you clarify your tweets? And then Ward says, I put out a lot of tweets. Which tweet are you talking about? Obviously, it got to do with the Wilder Fury fight, because when the man tried to be respectful and actually seen the fight, and I try to come at you crazy, with the question he about to ask you, so what tweet he talking about. So he trying to play stupid, and he was, then the interview was like, the tweet about you questioning Wilder's heart, basically. And I'm gonna put a link in the description box to this video, because I think it was a good video. It was to the point, and he asked Ward, so we could see Ward actually saying this. It wasn't through an interview where we can't see if he said this or not. We just got to go by the whoever wrote the article. We see him responding. He's basically saying that he never will question a fighter's heart. He respects anybody who gets in the ring, and he's basically saying that he just was talking about a stylistic matchup, but he's saying that he doesn't think a rematch. Well, let's read his tweet. I don't think a rematch will ever happen. Wilder probably won't want to go through that again. We'll take the draw and move on, and Fury doesn't really have to. Even a draw was a win for him last night, the way he performed. Fury versus Joshua at Wembley in the summer. Does that not sound like him questioning Wilder's heart, saying that Wilder's not going to want to rematch, after, figuratively speaking, the beating that he took, he's not going to want to experience that again? Is that not what he's basically saying? So he's basically backtracking from what he said. And I mean, that's just not a good look. If you feel like, the man got whooped, and you feel like he's not going to want to go through that again, why not, stand on what you said? Make you look even worse. What you said. It wasn't saying it was about stylistically. Then you should have worded your tweet like that. And then he goes on to say that he's, out of all his career, he's never been a hater. He's never hated on another fighter. And I'd have to agree with that, but you've also never came out, from my recollection, and criticized a fighter, after the fight. So that's just, I can't recall any time that Andre Ward has came out and talked about any controversial fight. We've had a close fight with Keith Thurman versus Sean Porter. We've had a close fight that ended in a draw between Broner and Jesse Vargas. We had a close fight between Joshua and Parker, where we had a referee who wouldn't let them work on the inside, which benefited Joshua because he wants to fight from the outside. And we've never heard Andre Ward comment on this. So if we've never heard Andre Ward comment on a fighter, that's had a close fight where he felt like the other guy won, or the guy's not gonna want to take this fight again, then that has to make me think that it's coming from hate. If we've never seen him criticize another fighter, so obviously he hating on another fighter, because there's been plenty of fights where it's been close fights, and it could have went another way to another fighter, and we haven't heard Andre Ward comment on this. So where is this coming from now? So, and then he goes on to say he doesn't understand why his longtime fans would switch up on him after him saying, basically stating how he feels about the fight, because this is, something that, his fans wouldn't expect from him, because it seems out of character. We haven't seen him ever comment on other fighters just in recent memory. I can't recall any time where Andre Ward criticized the fighter. We even had Canelo versus Triple G, the first fight, which everybody felt was controversial. People thought that Triple G won the fight, and I can't recall Andre Ward coming out and saying that Canelo's not gonna want to fight Triple G again. He's not gonna want to go through that again. I can't recall him saying that. So this has to be coming from a place of hate, because he hasn't done it before. So obviously he has something against this fighter for whatever reason, and I always wonder why, Andre Ward chose, to associate himself with people who don't like him. We seen how Jim Lampley and, the whole broadcasting team basically said he lost that first fight with Kovalev. And they dogged him. They said he, it was a robbery, and, he was getting whooped. And, the next time we see Andre Ward, he's doing commentating with these guys, And then we've seen how Top Rank has treated black fighters, and he takes one of his fighters that he's managing, Shakur Stevenson, and he takes him to Top Rank. So I don't know, man. I don't know what, I don't have the answer to these questions, why he chose to associate himself with these people. But it's kind of odd to me, and I always felt that way, but, I had a lot of respect for him that I didn't want to bring it up. But I always wondered, like, why did he choose to go that route and associate himself with these people, and then take guys that he's managing and take them over there, But that's just my thoughts, man. I just thought it was odd that he would say that he doesn't hate on fighters, which I can't recall him hating on any other fighter, but I also can't recall him speaking on fighters that's been in controversial fights. So obviously, if you do it with this one person, you have something against this fighter, But that's my thoughts. Give me y'all thoughts, man. Do y'all think that Ward is hating on Deontay Wilder? Because we haven't seen Ward come out and tweet about other fighters that's been in controversial fights, except for Deontay Wilder. So go ahead and give me y'all thoughts. Again, this is Sense 93 Sports. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit the like button.